Relationships between man and woman. There is strong empirical evidence that relationships and marriage education programs can improve the relationship satisfaction and communication for couples committed to their relationship. However, such programs for unmarried couples who were expecting or had recently had a baby had little benefit. Some programs did show some success with respect to financial responsibility of both partners, certainly father involvement, and parent-child relationship quality. So this evidence suggests that individuals need to have certain values, such as a commitment to the relationship and personal qualities before marriage or even starting a family. When two adults with significant values and psychological affinities encounter each other and are mature, then romantic love can become a pathway not only to sexual and emotional happiness, but also to personal growth. Two people dedicated to personal growth can stimulate personal development in each other. You know, we have all experienced personal development because of a loved one. The schools of men and women relations. There are challenges in building good relationship between men and women. Parents play the most important role in teaching healthy men and women relationships. Yet parents and adults can also foster these incorrectly. Popular culture is having a significant impact on fostering a misunderstanding of what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, what equality in their relationship should look like, and what sexuality even should look like. As a society, we need to provide our youth and young adults with realistic, non-dysfunctional representations of these relationships. There is a significant amount of evidence that attests to the negative effect of dysfunctional representations of men and women relationships on young people's attitude, mental, and physical well-being. For example, violence against women is on the rise. The question we need to ask, is there a link between violence and the sexualization of women and men's attitude towards women? Are the abundance of sexualized images and messages influencing young people's view of sexuality? Behind sexualized images lies a message about expectations, values, and ideals of what manhood is and what womanhood is. All right, the sky's not falling down. Lots of people have good relationships. But what is concerning is the drip accumulated effect, particularly on children and teenagers, of these messages. So therefore, as a result, there are confused men and women roles. When asked, most people believe in the equality between men and women. However, there is a lack of clarity as to what this should look like. A recent US study of adolescents found that only half of the boys strongly agreed with having equal number of men and women in leadership roles in the workplace and in politics, while only 64% of girls strongly agreed. So one reason for this might be because of what is modeled at home. Again, the family is the school of love. Some parents may espouse egalitarian views and share the workload at home, and others not. The United Nations maintains that equality will not be achievable without greater equality in families. You know, in family seminars that I attend, the conversation always or often comes up. Who's the boss in your family? Who wears the pants? A friend of mine told me that we should not focus on power relations between men and women, but understanding what constitutes a positive and mutually beneficial relationship. As my wife puts it, a partnership. This is a far more positive approach than to take the approach of a struggle. So how do we do this? Well, again, it starts with modeling respectful relationships. We need to model equality in relation between men and women. I have found that my 4 sons respect and serve their wives. I believe that this is partly because I modeled this with my wife. Actions speak louder than words. I also saw this in my own father, how he served and respected my mother. This is important since modern marriages and family life are often based on both spouses sharing in paid and unpaid work, constantly renegotiating arrangements that suit both spouses' needs. It's all up to us. It's up to us to model serving and egalitarian relationships at home and in society. One of the key things that we need to understand is the nature of femininity and masculinity. Masculinity and femininity are complementary, and both qualities play an important role in how we build good relations in the family and in society. Both are needed in leadership in order to create great accomplishments and build great projects. Once we appreciate the qualities that man and woman offer, we can better understand our roles as responsible, caring men and women, and to freely express our masculinity and femininity. I'll repeat, to freely express who we are. Research suggests that one reason for the differences between men and women lies in the relative weight of 2 cognitive processes. Let us explore this. Research suggests that one reason for the difference between men and women lies in the relative weight of these 2 cognitive processes: synthesizing, empathizing. Women empathize more, which is useful in understanding people, building relationships with others, and building harmony between people. Peace builders. Empathizing provides the means to understand and predict the social world and human behavior. There is evidence that the average female spontaneously empathizes to a greater degree than the average male. Synthesizing, on the other hand, is the drive to analyze, explore, and construct a system. The synthesizer intuitively figures out how things works or extracts the underlying rules that govern the behavior of the system. On average, males spontaneously synthesize to a greater degree than do females. Humans actually have both synthesizing and empathizing skill, but for some, one dimension is more developed than the other. Thank you for listening to this presentation.